Zaro showing the idea Simon Lamed Hey, Sif Aleph through Gimel. This is Supplemental Day 191 of the HaShulchan Yomi cycle. So here we go. Din Treva Lamed Hey, Din Treva Sarei of Shir O Unos. The din of the trefus of the lung and the size of the lobes. Al Shana Chachamim. But Mishnah, they do trefus, Bibhema, the Chachamim told us in Mishnah. Rea, Shanikva Chaser, a lung which is pierced or is missing. Avgav Sheish Omni trefus, even though there are other types of trefus in the lung, Mochila Chalafa Unos, where the lobes are out of order. Ubuhe the Smicha Adori and blisters, let's call them, literally bubbles which are next to each other, Vesirchos and adhesions, Va'atum Beret and a blockage in the lung, Lushim Maros and changes in colors. Kmoshis Bar will be explained. However, Kulim Chalani Trey Nichlalu. They all fall under two major categories. The Buas, the Sirchos, the blisters and the adhesions, v'otum and the stoppages, v'shinim maros and the difference in color. Mi'idos on nekev kashes, but they testified there's a hole. As we shall see, v'cholif for the unos and the misplacement of the lobes. B'chal chaser is included in the principle of missing. Shechaser mokom she'ruya sham. It's missing from the place where it's supposed to be. That's Rashi and Daf Mem Gimel. V'chein is right. If you're Rambam, this also clarifies the language of the Rambam. Perek Zayin calls it the Nikva Rea V'chol HaTreifus Shel Rea Shayach L'Kuva. In Perek Zayin wrote the halacha of the a hole in the lung and all the treifus which have to do with the hole in the lung. Perek calls it the Chaser Rea, and Perek he wrote about the lung which is missing. And the treifus have to do with that which is missing. The that which we mentioned, however, a puncture in the varda, which is one of the lobes, because you wrote that when the lobe is missing, the varda is kosher. They shouldn't make a mistake. That that's true also, but as a whole, that's kosher. Nevertheless, there's a whole it's straight. Also there he wrote in Arukh, Buna Smucha with a lobe which is adjacent to another lobe. And they came connected together. But if it's next to each other, it's permitted. From the first to the third, if it skips, it's treifa. And Sham Avshazel Nidam Nekev, even though it's on account of a hole, because a hole will develop in this case, or a hole developed in this, I should say, which led to that coming together. They also had to write it there because he wrote there about a lack of a lobe being a straight. And if you have a una out of two, one or two unos, when it seems that they're not connected together, they look like one. I guess they somehow fuse together. It's treifa. So and therefore he has to tell us first. Machlas dibuk shera. That if it's some sort of if it's not a count of the dibuk, it's not a count of them clinging to having clung together, then it's treifa. But as every has mentioned first, machlas dibuk, if it's a count of clinging together, shera. Then it's not like missing a lobe. We shouldn't make a mistake. I think even from the first to third, it's okay if they cling together. Said first, that from the first to third, even they're glued together, it's straight. Obviously become clarified when we get to it. Based on English, I can ask that when you're missing the varda, it's kosher. Even when it has a hole, it's treifa. It's a general principle. It's something when it's punctured as treifa, it's certainly when it's missing. Which goes around Perek Vav, we're going to learn this. It's not a question. This law does not apply to a lung. Sharia Filuk Sheish says Una. It says Una Berev Nikva Gangachov. Even there's an extra lobe in the lung and it's pierced, it's punctured, it's also treif. Dain treifus aneka berev ne kilku zeh mokum shekabah the treifus of a hole in the lung. It's not because this place where the hole is got ruined. Elim ne kilku koreh because it ruins the entire lung. Sharuach mekayim is about chai teitz there, and again the wind, the air which sustains the animal will come out through the hole. So if it's missing a lobe, it's okay as long as it's sealed. If it's a hole in the lobe, no good. We learn from Rashi Rambam like we said, there's types of treifus in the lung: nukufa, punctures, chasera, and missing. Mishnah makes it clear. It talks about a lung which is punctured and missing. But how much when it says chasera means we're going to chasera ura such as missing a lobe or chayif or they are out of order. Much chasera Rambam Barab Perisham Shnai Secham. But the Gemara avoid the chasera Perusha Kain the Keva. Even though the Gemara seems to say that chasera is similar to being punctured. Mrs. Pusim the puncture. Akvar Kosav or Rabbeinu B'Yisrael B'Sifro. B'Yisrael is what he wrote in this book, the Ketz and Mishnah. Zarakavi Ashakavatai. That's only in the course of the conversation. I will hear Maskar by according to the conclusion that Perushu Shalom Mitam Nikva. It's not a count of a hole. It's a separate Ptul Chaser. Yes, you'll see Bio. We can add an explanation. The Nei Ashakavatai Sham Sugi. The conversation in the Sugi Hume Amroim was shared from the earlier Amroim. And Sham Dina the Chasa Una V'Cholif Amarava, and the locha of missing a lobe or exchange a lobe which is exchanged in place. That's Rava's later. They didn't say these words. I feel like about Pusha Chaser who could even Rava, but definitely halacha the meaning of Chaser is like Rava says. Much Chaser Ram and Rab like Ram and Rab say. Bracket says here Tesham Shtadoch B'Svar Asu Lach Machmirim Kemet Bria Berea that they reject this for those who are Machmir with a fold in a young long shopper garment. They're saying good. The Lomatzim Gemara we didn't find the Zed Lomatzim we didn't find a Gemara. Besides Ashim Mitzad Asfar Kenu, if it was a logical thing, Haya Shas Lidchos Kenu Shas should have rejected and said the Gemara should have rejected and said that Chasera is something else. Must be that logic dictates that it's kosher, not for the fact that it's actually chaser. Ayin Shambaduk. Okay, I mean along those lines. We'll stop here for today, of course.